Hi guys, this is Phil, and today I want to be talking to you about my favourite part of our business, and that's the Forever Living marketing plan. This is how the money works, how the money flows from the company into your bank account. There are 4 different areas of income. We're going to cover those individually, and at the bottom of this first slide it says, "Give us the want to, and we'll give you the how to." Now, the purpose of this presentation is to help you and new people that are looking at your business how to understand the different areas of income so that they can actually build up a how to, how they're going to achieve the level of income that they're looking for in order to achieve their goals. Whatever their goals are, the goal is normally associated with a certain level of income. And certainly by understanding this presentation, it helps people to work out what they need to do to achieve the level of income that they're looking for. And this is by far the easiest and most straightforward way that we know of explaining this marketing plan. Okay, we would recommend that you actually learn how to do this presentation because it helps you to understand that part of the business so that you can develop your business in a more efficient way. This presentation is very motivational, not just for you, but for the person that you're showing it to. Even after 23 years in the business, every time we go through this presentation, it motivates us. And so we would recommend that you actually practice this presentation, play it over and over again, learn it, and get a piece of paper and draw out the squares and talk about the presentation, and try and get to a point where you can actually, without referring to any notes at all, you can actually do this presentation yourself on a one-to-one basis. So the other thing is we're going to base it on £1,000 per month in personal business. The average retail base of Forever business owners in our team is about £1,000 per month. By the time you've got 20, maybe 25 regular customers, you will find that they will be spending between them about £1,000 a month. So you'll get that in repeat orders, month in, month out. That equates to about 4 case credits, £1,000 in retail value on a monthly basis. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to draw 4 squares, and a heading for each square. The first one is retailing. That's the first area of income when you retail the products. The second one is as you build the team, the company is going to pay you a team building bonus. The third one is the royalty bonus. This is the bonus that you get paid for developing managers in your team. And then the fourth one are the incentives. By getting to the manager position and developing managers in your team, you will automatically qualify for these incentives. So we're going to talk about those. So let's start with the retailing the products. And as we've already mentioned, the average that we're going to work on is £1,000 per month in personal business. And when you first start in this business, you register, you get your starter kit, and that makes you an assistant supervisor. As an assistant supervisor, you're going to be able to purchase the products direct from the company with a 30% discount. Plus, the company is going to send you a 5% bonus or cashback on every order that you place with them. So if you add the 2 together, you're making 35%. So if you were to go out over a month and develop £1,000 in personal business retailing the products, you're going to earn £350 in your pocket. Now, as you start to develop your team, you will move up to the supervisor level. Now, as a supervisor, you're still purchasing the products with a 30% discount, but now you've had a 3% pay rise on your bonus. You're getting an 8% bonus or cashback. And so when you personally now retail £1,000 worth of products in a month, you're going to make £380 in your pocket. As you start to develop your team further, maybe as a supervisor, you're helping people in your team also to get to supervisor. That's going to push you up to the assistant manager level. As an assistant manager, you're still buying at 30% discount, but now you're getting a 13% bonus. So if you add that to the 30, that makes 43%. If you did £1,000 in personal business that month, you would earn £430. And then the top profit position as far as retailing the products is concerned is when you get to the manager position. Now, as a manager, you're making a maximum 48% profit on everything that you do yourself. So that consists of a 30% discount when you buy the products, and then an 18% bonus over and above that, paid into your account by the company. So add the two together, that's 48% you're making on £1,000, that's £480. So that's retailing the products. Let me ask you a question. If you were to go out and do £1,000 worth of personal business in a month, would you rather make £350 or £480 on that 1,000? Silly question, I know. You'd rather make £480. So what that means is that we need to help you to become a manager so that you can make the maximum 48% on everything that you do. And we actually have a 5-month plan to manager in place, which is another video that you can have a look at to see how that's done. So we'll talk about that another time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start to build the team, and the company is going to pay you a team building bonus. Now, for this part of the presentation, we're going to promote you to the manager position. The reason this is in red is because the manager is on fire. Red is the color for fire, and you're now a manager. You're receiving an 18% bonus on everything you do. I'm not going to talk about the 30% from now on because we're talking about bonuses, not retail profit. Now, let's say that you've got an assistant supervisor in your team, and you're going to work with that assistant supervisor and help that assistant supervisor to use the products, develop a retail base, and do £1,000 a month, which is 4 case credits in personal business. Now, the assistant supervisor is on a 5% bonus. We could see that in the previous square. The company is going to pay you a team building bonus, and the bonus that they pay you is easy to work out because it's always the difference between the bonus you're on and the bonus your team member is on. So in this case, your team member is on 5%, you're on 18%. Obviously, you get paid 13%. So 13% of that 1,000 is 130. Now, that 130 doesn't come out of the pocket of the assistant supervisor. It's paid to you direct from the company. The assistant supervisor has exactly the same opportunity to develop their business and get to manager like you did. Okay, now let's say you've got a supervisor in your business. The supervisor has probably got about 4 team members, so a total of 5 altogether. And everybody on average is going to do about £1,000 a month in personal business. So that's a £5,000 group turnover in that month. The supervisor's on an 8% bonus, so the difference here is 10%. So that means the company is going to pay you 10% of that group turnover, which is £500. So the supervisor is going to be worth about £500 a month to you. How many of those would you like? Now, helping people in your team to get to supervisor position will push you to the assistant manager level. And now you're on a 13% bonus. So let's say that this is you as a manager. You've got an assistant manager in your team, and the assistant manager's on 13%. You're on 18%. The difference is 5. There's probably about 12 people in that assistant manager team, each doing about £1,000 a month in turnover. That's about the average. That's why we're quoting 1,000. Some do a lot more, some do less, but it's an average of 1,000. So that would be a 12,000 turnover. So you get paid 5% of that 12,000, which is £600 for working and supporting that assistant manager. Now, as the assistant manager gets to the manager position, you now have a manager in your team. Now, the manager is at the same level as you at this stage. Okay, the manager's on 18%, you're on 18%, and the difference is not a lot. It's 0%. So, you cannot get paid a team building bonus on managers in your business. So you get team building bonus on assistant supervisors, assistant managers, but when they get to the manager position, you then start to receive the royalty bonus. Okay, so let's say that here you are, you've got your first manager in your team, and that manager will probably have about 30 active forever business owners in their team, everyone doing about £1,000 a month in personal business. So that's a £30,000 turnover in that group. Your manager is going to be earning 13%, 10%, 5% team building bonus on their team. Excuse me. You're going to get paid a 6% royalty bonus on the whole group every month. So if that group is doing 30,000, your 6% is worth £1,800. That's a royalty bonus. Now, royalty is like when when somebody writes a book, afterwards they get the royalties. When somebody writes a song, afterwards they get the royalties. When you create a manager, afterwards you get the royalties. So you don't need to work with your manager like you did before they became a manager. You don't need to do the basics. You still support your manager, but you don't need to do the basics with that manager anymore. And it's the royalty bonus that you can retire on. This becomes your pension. And there is no limit to the amount of managers that you can create. Now, your manager is going to see you getting all this success, having fun, and earning loads of money. So what do you think your manager is going to do? Your manager is going to develop managers as well. So this becomes your second generation manager. And sticking with the average £30,000 monthly turnover of a manager, the company is going to pay you a 3% royalty bonus on a second generation manager. So based on the 30,000 turnover, that equates to £900 every month on a second generation manager. Now, your manager might go out and develop 5, 10, 15 managers. You're going to get paid a 3% royalty bonus on all of them. What happens then is that manager will go out and develop managers, and sticking with the average 30,000 turnover in that manager group, the company is going to pay you a 2% royalty bonus on a third generation manager. So that equates to about £600 on that third generation. Now, if we add all that up, that equates to about £3,300 per month when your manager in that one leg is 3 deep. And like I said, there's no limit to the amount of managers that you can create. What if you had 5 legs like that? What if you become a sapphire diamond manager and have 17 legs like that? What if you become a diamond manager and have 25 legs like that? Can you work out what your income is likely to be as a diamond manager? This is why our diamond managers earn in excess of £1 million per year in this business. Now, when your third generation manager develops managers, you actually don't get paid on the fourth generation manager. It cuts off after 3. So for developing your managers, you're going to earn your royalty bonus. You're already earning team building bonus as well for working with other people, getting them to the manager position. And on top of that, you're making between 35 and 48% profit every time you retail your products and do your personal business. So as a manager, you're making maximum 48%. Now, for doing all of this, you're automatically going to start qualifying for the incentives. And the first one is the World Rally. This is an annual trip, normally in April, and it's somewhere different in the world, organized by the company. And it's for 2 people. It's 5-star, including flights and spending money. And you also get gifts at the hotel as well, and it's a fantastic trip. Once you've been on it once, you'll want to go every year. Just to give you an idea, the sorts of places that you go to, we're talking Dubai, South Africa, Singapore. These are places that we've been to. Lots of other places as well, Hawaii. And it's somewhere different every year. We never know where the next one's going to be until we go to the rally. And at the end of the rally, they tell us where it's going to be the following year. So that's something that you should qualify for by getting to the manager position and developing managers in your team. So the next one is the Eagle Managers Retreat. Now, this is a trip for, again, somewhere different in Europe every year, where they have the Eagles Managers Retreat. There's a lot of social time. There's some training. All the Eagle managers. An Eagle manager is a manager that has an above average manager business. I won't go into the details, but you can qualify to be an Eagle manager rather than just a manager. And so this is another incentive that you will qualify for purely by becoming an Eagle manager. The earned incentive, or car plan as we like to call it, the earned incentive is basically a monthly bonus that the company will pay you for getting your business to a certain turnover every month. So when you reach a certain turnover, you can qualify for level 1. They will give you an extra £250. This is over and above the royalty bonus, the team building bonus, and the retail profit, and you get that every month. Once you qualify for this, you get it every month for 3 years, and then after 3 years you requalify and get it again. As your business grows, your turnover grows, you will move up to level 2 of the car plan, where they give you an extra £375 a month. Now, you don't have to spend it on a car, but most people do. They like to get a car, and quite often they'll get a private number plate just so that they can show off their success. Why not? And so £375 a month, that will pay for a nice car. And then, by the time you've got 4 or 5 managers in your team, you will be at level 3 of the car plan, which is an extra £525 a month that you can spend on a car. Okay, we've got lots of people in the Global Resources team that are on the car plan. They're driving cars that are paid for by the company but owned by the people driving them. And then the icing on the cake is the chairman's bonus. This is where Rex Morn, the chairman of the company, takes 3% of the turnover and shares it out between all the managers that created that turnover. Okay, now you do have to qualify for this. I won't go into the details, but on the leadership programs that we have in place, developing the managers will put you in a position where you should qualify for a chairman's bonus check. Now, you pick up the check actually at the World Rally. Wherever the World Rally is, you go to the World Rally and you pick up your check there. It's in dollars. People from all over the world go to the rally at the same time and pick up their checks. So it's in dollars. And last year, the smallest check was a couple of $1,000, which is still a very, very nice check. When you become a diamond manager, you can pick up a check for over $1 million. Now, can you just imagine this? As a diamond manager, you see on the royalty bonus slide section of this presentation there, how much you get paid down to 3 generations on one leg. Imagine having 25 of those as a diamond manager. And then on top of that income that you get every month, you receive just over $1 million in as a chairman's bonus check. That's Rex Morn saying, thanks very much for a good year. Here's a share of the profits. This is such a generous company. Okay, so that's basically the 4 areas of income that make up the package: retailing the products, building the team, developing the managers, and qualifying for the incentives. So really, that's it in a nutshell. And if you can learn this presentation, it helps you to understand. It helps you to help people in your team. It's very motivational, and we would recommend, as we said before, that you watch this over and over again, learn it, get to a point where you can actually write it down on a pad of paper rather than showing it on a laptop. It's how we earn the money in our business. It's a great way of sharing this with a new person. Okay, thanks very much for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.